G'day, I'm Mark Dutton. I'm the team manager here at 888 Race Engineering. 888 Race Engineering, the details in the name. Engineering, that's what we do here. Everyone has to wear multiple hats. You know, we go racing, so we all pack up, fly over to a race weekend. You come back here and then go and make it. So you're designing as you make, and you're trying to cram too much into too little time. So
myself, I like to have one piece of equipment that'll do the lot, whether here or at the track. That's all done on one HP laptop.
So my role here at 888 is to manage the engineering team.
HP is the nerve centre of what we rub around the track. From designing, 3D printing, the stickers you see on the car, every bit of technology in our race team is run by HP.
it's a lot of work, and 888 is by far and away doing the lion's share of the Gen3 design.
Here comes Lowndes, side by side. Craig Lowndes drives into the history books.
Fans should be excited about this Gen3 program because we're trying to make the best touring car circuit racing in the world.
The main goals about Gen3 are to try to go racing more often and have better racing.
The Super Chevrolet 1000 is on and right, got a brilliant start.
The Supercars formula really started in the early 90s, and the rules were written on the basis that a competent tuning shop in Australia would be able to build a car. Of course, tuning shops evolve over a period of time. So in the early 2000s and then in 2013, there are a couple of resets.
The best in the business is now alongside the best of all time.
So with the Gen3 project, the intention is to contain costs, increasing levels of safety, but keep the cars every bit as exciting as those cars were back in 1993.
Key points from doing the car of the future that we don't want to lose in going into Gen3.
Main key points will be repairability, I'd say. Of course, the main points are cost. We're just always trying to reduce the cost for the next car, but we don't want to lose sight of the quality of the racing, so it's trying to get that balance right.
Yeah.
Gen3 is pretty much a philosophy change. We've made some really cool family cars look fast, but with the Camaro, we're going back to something that starts life as a tough car.
Obviously, we want to release the car in Bathurst, so that's definitely where we need it running, but we don't want that to be the first time it touches the ground and runs on track. We have to have a solid test day before that. It's a battle between juggling car build versus optimum design, like always.
As always,
yeah.
So step one, let's break it down to how you design a supercar. The first stage is wading through all that input and seeing what do you actually need, what's important, and then say, okay, where do we want to go as a category moving forwards?
It's great to see so much passion within how the new car should be built. And everyone's got an opinion on the direction Gen3 should go.
So step two, designing a brand new supercar, a chassis that's going to fit as many models as possible. It's a huge undertaking.
We're talking tens of thousands of pieces of individual drawings that need to be done by the guys here. Upright housings, from wishbones, from radiators to engine blocks. It's a interesting challenge.
And then the big shiny one that everyone thinks of, the sexy part of the car is always the engine. Everyone loves that.
So the engine, we're working on a whole new powertrain based on an LS engine. We're trying to halve the cost but make it last twice as much.
Well, step three, you start making stuff. There's thousands of components that have to work in unison. And there's different teams, different requirements. It takes a lot more people.
Well, 3 months out, you've got a lot of parts still yet to be made, design still being finished off. There's a lot of pressure to get this thing done and out there for Bathurst.
So when you get to step four, it's the assembly part. It's really exciting. You've got all these bits. There's been so much work coming to it, and then it doesn't fit. So you go back to step two, redesign it. Step three, remanufacture it. Step four, hopefully it fits in this time. Our capabilities for manufacture, we're only extending. Right now, we've got 3D printing. We designed, we prototyped. Turnaround times are instantaneous. You can do things in-house. That's all HP.
So we're only talking hundredths of a second, thousandths of a second, but all these little points add up to get an advantage on race day.
point of view of workload at the moment. It is stressful. We'll get there. We'll be there at some point. We'll be there.
Then the cool thing after step 4 is the one that everyone loves. That's when you hit the track. And we just hope that it runs faultlessly. There's a lot of pressure to get enough testing done before you reveal it to everyone to make sure there's no egg on your face.
As an engineer, you design the car from the ground up. You certainly notice the expectations, knowing that at the end of the day, it'll put a big stamp on this category in Australia, which is regarded as one of the best racing series that's out there. Do an install first, and then we'll check over the engine and the suspension, make sure it's all as it should be.
When the hard stops to start.
Yeah. That's right, like my first one. So we're here at Queensland Raceway, the first time the Gen3 Camaro is going to be out on track. What an amazing day we got here.
Today's our first test with the engine, the Camaro. They've got an engine that's probably still overpowered for the car, so it's really just making sure we can do the 10,000 kilometres on the pass.
All right. Okay, well, good to go when you are. Copy.
Sounds good. Up shifts are good.
That was awesome. First couple of kilometres done on this car. So
Exactly.
big credit to the whole team. I'm sure everyone's very excited today. It's a big moment.
Yeah, feeling really good. Car's running pretty smoothly mechanically. A few little tune-ups we need to do, but this car has got a lot of data. For example, the shift actuator, there's 50 channels coming from that alone, going back into the system where we can log it, use HP's grunt to analyse it and make the car faster. A few more laps today, make sure the car's running perfectly, then we'll take it back to Brisbane, go to Bathurst and reveal it to the public.
You want to hit Bathurst and you want it to shine. You want it to sound tough. You want it to look amazing and run faultlessly. That's the most important thing.
When we roll the car out for the first time, I just want to see a wow factor.
Really excited to get this on the track and seeing everyone's first look at this awesome race car.
So welcome everyone to what is a very significant milestone in our Supercars history.
It's been a massive job. Honestly, we fought like dogs to have the look of the car that we wanted.
We want to go racing. We want good, hard racing. We want the cars loved by the drivers. We want the best spectacle, and we want the best team driver-engineer combination to win the race.
After all the hard work here, all the hours slaving away on manufacturing, designing, now's the time to see it go. So we're super excited.
Obviously, I knew the Mustang was going to look good, but I think that car in particular, the Camaro's come up even better.
HP has been a huge factor in the Gen3 car. From designing, we're using all HP machines. Without them, we wouldn't see it and drive around the track.